What's up, mothers and fathers and you childless adults? It's McCollum.
And the Bricks.
For Mostly Speaking Sentai's 5th annual call-in show, WMSS. Whoo! Nicole! It's happened yet again, 5 years strong. Or I guess, we ourselves are strong. The podcast, we need to just pump life into it, listenership-wise.
Yeah.
Oh, we had that huge spike. Oh, let's already get into the stuff. Hey, guys, it's WMSS call-in show. The phone lines are open, okay? So you can call in at 773-270-0490. I think that's what the screen says. Yes, it does. So, Nicole, this year in review is what these call-in shows are all about. How are you doing this year? We already got a call.
We got a call.
Yellow, you're on with McCollum.
And the Bricks.
Give us your ASL, age, sexiness, and lactation. What kind of dare are you into?
Hi, this is Henshin Beat from Twitter.
Oh, hell yeah. How are you?
Hi. So I wanted to answer the question here. The radioactive animal, I would want to bite me.
Oh, heck yeah. But also your age, sexiness, and lactation. What kind of dare are you into?
Oat milk. Sexiness is probably a 2. Age is, I'm almost 44.
Okay, all right. And that's a 2 out of a 1 scale, am I right?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Okay, all right. But yes, so we are currently watching through all of Toei's Spider-Man, and we like to ask our guests, if you were to be bit by a radioactive animal, like a spider did to Peter Parker, or etc., insert all of those people, what kind of animal would you want to get powers from, and how would you use that to take down that zone army? No, Iron Cross army.
All right, I want to be the first person to call it and say Godzilla.
Oh, you're going to be bit by Godzilla. I have some practicality issues here.
You'd be dead.
How is it just like, you know how cats will rub their fang on you? Will it be kind of like that?
I don't know. I just want to stomp on stuff.
Okay, actually, this could work.
Maybe they'd also be like Godzilla size.
Okay.
Yeah, and then get bit.
Sure.
Godzilla gets shrunk down?
You know, me and Leopardon could be bros, do the bro fist and then just kick the hell out of him.
Heck yeah. Or it could be Shin Godzilla. He's got a bunch of teeth. There's got to be a human-sized teeth on him.
He's got those tiny hands.
Oh, that's fine.
Could you imagine him trying to knit a sweater with those things?
I actually could, and I will. What's your favorite Godzilla? Movie, I should say.
Well, so there's 3 of them. The original 1954 is probably, and a lot of people are always talking about how is it really one of the best, or is it just because it's the first?
Yeah.
But if you look at the history of Godzilla and when the original was released, it is still a very powerful social message.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Shin Godzilla with its political parody, but that climax was just outstanding.
Yeah.
And I just saw -1, and it's up there. It's definitely one of the top 3.
Oh.
-1 and Shin Godzilla are still juggling in my mind about which one's going to come out on top.
Okay.
Some days it's Shin, some days it's -1. -1 is an incredible film, start to finish, and the only real hang-up that I have is it represents post-war Japan as a kind of romanticized version as opposed to, the actual occupation forces, feet on the ground, that sort of thing. That's the only real drawback for me, but that's not the movie they wanted to make.
Yeah.
So I kind of get why that's not there.
Yeah, if I were to do something about my history, it would probably be romanticized, even though it's hey, teenagehood. How could I really romanticize that? I was extremely depressed and hated it.
Yeah.
But no one wants to see that movie.
Right.
People would be like, wow.
You want the idealized version that exists in your head.
Mm-hmm. I should make my own version of American Graffiti, but it's Muskegon Graffiti.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Number 100 at the box office. I don't even think the list is that long, at least anymore. But how are you? What are you up to today?
I'm good. I'm getting ready to go to work, but I wanted to call in before I headed out.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm good. It's been a weird week. The week before Christmas is always just stressful, and then my birthday's next week, so.
Oh, so is Nicole's.
Yeah. New Year's?
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day. I buy new shoes on Boxing Day.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, real quick, before you leave, we usually also ask this. Christmas is coming up. If you celebrate, what's a Christmas treat you always like to have?
It used to be my aunt's chocolates. She would make handmade chocolates, and they were always incredible. So this year, store-bought is nice because my aunt's no longer with us.
Oh, man, that sucks.
She's still always with us in spirit.
Mm-hmm.
My dad likes to make nut rolls, and I always like to have one or two of those. So,
Hell yeah.
Nut roll is what my parents would call me when I just rolled down a hill. I say, look at that nut roll. All right, thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah, it was fun to be a part of it. This is literally my podcast debut. So.
Heck yeah.
Thank you.
Back at you. You have a wonderful night at work.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Now, I will say, that's a successful first call.
Yeah.
Go hit up Hench and Beat on Twitter. Formerly known as X. Yeah, we're taking it back, baby. So, Nicole, this year, 2023. What is it for you and me?
Pretty cool.
Okay, all right. Well, today also on top of, actually, this is the biggest thing I did this year.
Okay.
I watched over 150 movies.
Oh, okay.
So that's averaging about one every other day-ish. Because, sometimes I don't, but it's almost, okay, one every other.
Well, that's like
2.5.
That's like 2.5 per week.
Okay. So it rounds about, okay? Deal with it.
Yeah.
So I love movies now. They're cool. I like getting stoned and watching 3 in one day because that's how the number's so high. Because I have one day off a week, so I might as well kick back, relax, and get stoned all day.
That's
Usually,
how we recharge.
One of them is by myself when Nicole's at the gym or something, and then 2 are with Nicole.
Yeah.
So, Nicole, would you like to discuss New Year's resolutions and maybe what was accomplished this year if you met your goals from last year?
Oh, boy.
Okay, well, you had one last year, which was quit your job.
Yeah, accomplished.
Oh, baby, she did it. She's no longer at Chicago Comics, but I am. Thoughts? Yeah, your process. You made the leap.
Happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
But nervous financially.
Okay.
Yeah, we're feeling it out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe looking to get like a remote work from home job.
And we got many friends who do that. Hit them up.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't really know. I was thinking about like data analyst, but I don't know. I'm gonna look into like what other types there are.
Mm-hmm. What if you're a Digimon data analyst?
That'd be cool.
Going in saying, oh, guys, the Digimon are okay, but no, there's a virus over here. We have to get the Digimon Tamer Frontiers in there. Man, if you had a secret service job like that, I hope on your deathbed you would tell me. So I could be like, whoa. Nicole, I thought was the coolest person in the world, but she's also the coolest person in the Digiverse. And I would salute you. I would do taps at your funeral.
I would be honored.
I'd get NFTs of guns and shoot them off. Or I guess we could just do it in Fortnite. That's the Digiverse. And cooler than, wow, it's really weird saying, you want to know what's Fortnite comparatively is cooler than something, and that something is NFTs. So what are your goals for, oh wait, there was one other one, which was a monthly class you wanted to do?
Yes.
Which I believe sprung about from your Krampus ornament class.
Yeah, I still want to do that. Just the thing that I wanted to do hasn't worked out. I'm still working on it. It's just not done.
Mm-hmm.
And I get frustrated, so I have to put it on pause for a couple months.
And put it on stun. So yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And what are your goals for next year?
Goals. I want to figure out marketing.
Yeah. And you met someone at a con.
I did. Not a con.
A tabling event.
Yeah. So that's cool. I also just need some sort of sense of direction with what I need to do.
I know 5 dudes who will help you out with that. Liam, Niall, Zane, other guy, Harry Styles.
Yeah.
There you go. They'll head you in one direction. Anything else about next year?
No.
No con-related stuff? Hey, I want to hit X amount, or are you like, if we even get 2, we're good?
Well, because we already got like 2.
Whoa, we did?
Yeah, man.
We got, not Fan Expo. Or did we get Fan Expo?
PopCon, Indiana.
Yeah, which I'm pumped for that because your parents are going to be there, and I love hanging out with them.
As far as I know, Fan Expo Chicago.
Fingers crossed. But also, if that happens, hey, Goose, you're in there, Sean Marciniak, we got to hit up Chuck and be like, we're doing a live Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling.
You know what? Let me look at my list.
I look at my list. A list of what? Things or of cons?
My list of things.
Like your list of goals and aspirations. Because, well, Nicole's doing that. I will say the things I don't even think I achieved anything I wanted to do this year. What's up?
Oh, it's loading.
See, I'm just vamping, and once, like, I'm not going to, like, fully go into stuff.
I was going to say, like, it's already loaded, but it's not.
Herbie fully loaded. What about now?
Yeah.
Okay.
GalaxyCon in Des Moines, I applied for. C2E2 I applied for, Anime Magic I applied for, and ASEN I applied for.
Okay, so that could potentially be 6 cons in 1 year. Going out coming, baby.
I don't know. I've never gotten accepted into C2E2.
Well, this year's different. It's 2024. They're going to say, oh, she's almost 30. She's gots to be good.
I'm also part of this thing called the Mutual Aid Mini Mart in Chicago, which is super cool.
Is that the stuff we were doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I really like that group of gals and pals.
Yeah.
2 thumbs up to them. So, Nicole, I think I wanted like 50 patrons. That's the goal every year. I feel like we're never going to get there. But even though the podcast numbers haven't started reflecting it, on TikTok and Instagram, we have been blowing up, especially with anything Powerpuff Girl related and Lucha Underground related. Those things are doing really well. And anything not Masked Rider related for Mostly Speaking Sentai. Those things, people are just trying to stay away as much as possible. But when it's Spider-Man, when it's Akiba Ranger or Power Rangers, those thumbs up. People love that. Because like one of our Lucha Underground things got like 26,000 views and like 1,000 likes. Things are popping off over there. I know like, oh, that's not like that. For us, that's enough. That's a lot, okay? And then I had to start putting on, like I changed things up to be like, well, no one's going to the website. So people probably don't want to go to a website for a podcast. And then I put out, hey, available on all these logos for all the podcast apps. And I think people are starting to come over. It's on YouTube now, Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling. And the quick hits, I need to start doing those. Sean and I were about to do some, but then a bad thing happened for him. And, you know, that kind of soured it for a little bit. I was like, oh, man, no. So eventually we'll get back to doing those because they're very fun. Lucha Underground is also ripe with under 5-minute matches, which is why it's so good. That was some fun stuff. Started the Powerpuff Girls podcast, the Citizens of Townsville Z. That's going great. It's very easy to do as well. I'm not like giving myself a bunch of pre-work to do. It's just talking about Beyblade was so much pre-work. Then Death from Above, a Sam and Max podcast, was a little bit of pre-work. I had to find stories to do. But this, I watched the episode, I talk about it. And people want to come on. That's the good thing. So, yeah. And then this year, I put out a single EP or a full album every single month. That's insane. It was the Catastrophic remix single, then the Horror Crunk Entertainment, then single with Dragon Boy Suede, a bunch of those, some remix albums, a drum and bass. I started doing drum and bass and not drum and music, house music. I started switching up styles and I'm getting good at them.
Hell yeah, dude.
I grew a lot musically this year. You would assume as such if you put out 12 EPs or singles and albums. If you don't, you're doing something wrong. If you're not growing as a musician, just really hitting it hard. But next year, no. I have, I think, 5 albums planned, releases, I should say. The Dragon Boy Suede album, and then like the rest are just instrumental stuff. So that stuff's good, but I gotta hit it hard because of formulaic. I want to get 2 scripts done in the beginning of the year. I already have it outlined, the rom-coms, so they follow a formula. So get it in, get it out, try and get on Hallmark. That's the goal. Hallmark.
Are they going to be like Christmas?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That's all I want to do now. Is just Christmas rom-coms. Get in on Hallmark, get on Lifetime, whatever, and just make fun movies that people are, maybe they'll just be doing laundry or doing chores, but then people like us getting stoned and saying, this shit's good.
Or this shit's bad.
This shit's wild. This shit makes me horny, as no one has ever said about one of these Christmas rom-coms. That Christmas with Jerks, that was steamy hot.
Yeah.
Guys, watch Christmas with Jerks. It's pretty good.
I liked, was it Snow White Christmas?
Oh yeah, Snow White Christmas was good.
It was just really bad, but in a fun way.
And we got to call Nicole. Yellow, you're on with McCollum.
And the bricks.
On WMSS, my voice is already shot. Hey, caller, ASL, give us your age, sexiness, and lycanthrope. Are you a werewolf?
Hey, how you doing? It's me, Hollywood actor Nick Nolty.
Whoa.
I'm very old.
Nick Nolty,
Super.
you gotta, we're not familiar super much with your body of work. What are some things you've done to jog our memory?
Ooh, had to look at my own IMDb before this. 48 hours?
No.
That was a big one.
Uh-uh.
The Thin Red Line? I don't know what it was about, but I was in there. Yeah.
No.
I bet I was in Death to Smoochie.
Oh, okay. I've never seen it.
Okay, it does not reflect that in my IMDb, but that sounds like a movie I would have done.
Okay, well, Nick Nolte, what are you up to? And give us your age, sexiness, and lycanthrope. Are you a werewolf?
Of course, I'm a werewolf. You don't last 50-odd years in Hollywood not being some sort of a monster creature, mythical form or another. You know?
Okay.
Come on.
Do you know any creature from the Black Lagoon?
Of course I know some creatures. And Norton. Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, is it the greenness probably influenced his Hulkness?
Yeah, you only no time in the makeup chair. They said, you're green. Maybe we'll just dry off some of this ooze from you. And then Eddie was like, oh, no, you leave the ooze on. You look real close. You can see a little bit of the drip from old Eddie's body there. Yeah, nah, he's a swamp thing. He's a swamp.
Do you know any ghoulies go to college?
Do I know any ghoulies who went to college? Well, I know ghoulies, but I mean, come on, you're rich, you're good looking, you star in such hit films as Beverly Hills Chihuahua. What do you need college for? You know?
Okay, so wait, you know people who were in Beverly Hills Chihuahua were ghoulies, or are you saying you were in that movie?
I bet I was, but no, I was saying, yeah, of course they're ghoulies in Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Okay,
in Chihuahua.
Whoa!
There was 2 ghoulies in a Chihuahua costume. One ghoulie was the butt, and then the other ghoulie was the opposite butt.
Okay, so these are like Ghoulies 1 Ghoulies. So these Ghoulies straight up did not go to college because they're big in that one.
Well, I couldn't really gauge their size. They squinched down real good. You know, they looked. I thought they were like about 7'5", and then they just squinched into the little Chihuahua costume, and oh boy!
You must not know Richard Kind because he was a Ghoulie who went to college.
Do I know Richard Kind personally? No. Have I been engaged in a vicious prank war that has tore our families apart for the last 2 decades? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
What pranks are you pulling on him?
What yanks?
Ooh, yes, that's a Ghoulies go to college.
Okay, so I know Richard Kind. Fuck Richard Kind.
Whoa.
I'm Nick Nolty.
Nick Nolte, if you were bit by a radioactive animal, what would it be?
I'll tell you one thing for sure. It wouldn't be Richard Kind, because fuck Richard Kind. You know, he did bite me once.
I thought you didn't know him personally.
I didn't. I don't. He just bit me.
Yeah,
we were at a party up in the hills, Alan Alda's place. Yeah, and I'm standing there. I'm having a delicious cheese whiz. You ever have a cheese whiz? Oh God!
Just a whole can?
The entire thing. Didn't even squeeze it. I'm biting into it's the 80s, baby. Come on.
That's how I would do whippets in high school, is with Cheese Whiz.
Would you bite into it and just let the air escape into your lungs as your teeth pour through the aluminum?
Oh, wait, what?
That's how I eat my Cheese Whiz.
What, you just bite can first?
Yeah, it's also how I have sex. Blah, 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 blah.
Hell yeah, dude. You take dental dam to new heights, to true meanings. You put a real dam near the vagina, and then you just bite into it, try and get to that sweet yoni.
Is Yoni a movie I was in?
I think so. You were in, I think it was Yoni on 37th Street?
Yeah. That was the one. That was the one. It was really, what it was really about was people, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike most movies.
Sure. I mean, if you look at movies nowadays, it's all about, oh, I'm a Marvel, or, oh, I'm a Hereditary, or look at me, I'm one of those dolls. No. I'm talking about people, you know? Movies like, did I mention I was in 48 Hours?
You did. An Inquisitive Mug in the chat was saying 48 Hours was great.
Oh, thank you, Greg. I appreciate that. I'm Nick Nolte.
So,
I gotta
my
go.
God.
I have a customer at the store. Thank you so much for calling. Bye.
all right, bye.
We didn't call. You did.
Someone was at work. Okay. Where was I? Oh, releasing albums, want to do writing movies. I'm excited for that. I have some book ideas. So next year, take a little break from all the heavy production stuff and then focus on writing 5 pages a day.
Okay. Those sound like good goals.
But yeah, Bleach Baseboards Volume 2 I already got ready. A bunch of crunk beats I got ready. And then one more drum and bass album. I got 2 of probably 8 songs done for that. And then goals for next year? Try to get a job at the Davis Theater. I'm just going to keep hounding them. Keep doing the workout stuff. Cum gutters are in full force now, and my ass is, whoa.
Yeah.
Keep doing the TikToks and all of that. Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling needs to go big. We do have someone from Lucha Underground who worked on the show. They will be on in front of camera, will be on the show. We were just waiting through all the holidays in order to schedule them because they work on the weekends doing wrestling. But yeah, besides that, the only other thing really that I need to talk about from this year off the top of my head is I will be listing my 15 favorite movies that I watched this year and my bottom 5 movies that I watched this year. And I think you watched most of them?
Yeah.
For sure the bottom, besides one. You watched all the bottom ones with me besides one, and then the rest is history. Except I don't know where my iPod went.
Oh, boy.
It was here all along.
Nice.
Oh, I appeared in one person's search on LinkedIn.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Who knows? I'm never going to get a LinkedIn job. I'm not that fancy. So, Nicole, do you think I should go with my top 15 first or my bottom 5?
Bottom.
All right, my bottom 5. This is from least worst to most worst. Coming in at number 5 of my top 5 worst favorite films, worst favorite, is the Tony Danza vehicle, She's Out of Control. This is a movie where he plays a radio DJ or radio producer at they're no longer almost number 1. They're like solidly number 2, I think, or maybe even number 3. And they're like, we really got to make sure we're going to go out of business if we're not number 1. It's crazy how like people wrote back in, this is probably like 94-ish. No, you can be, there's always going to be a number 3 in your industry. There's not just a number 1 in everyone. That's called a monopoly, bitches. No one wants that. It was bad because his daughter turned 16 and she's like, and they almost kiss. There is a moment where they almost kiss on the lips. Like that's what it looks like they're about to do. It's disgusting. I made a TikTok about it this is a gross movie. He's like, oh, my baby girl's never gonna grow up. She's the best. And then she starts getting hot like the next day from turning 16. I think it's because he starts dating a woman who's like, yeah, I'll take her out and like get her, like actually do something with this. Because you are a father, a single dad who just has been neglecting your daughter's womanhood. And then he's just like, oh no. And then she gets hot, starts dating, but comically, like dudes are just showing up at the door and he's like, get out. It's disgusting. 2 thumbs down. But out of all these other movies, it is the most of a movie. Like you could be like, oh, this follows the plot beats. People on set knew what they were doing. It just executed poorly.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 4 of my worst favorite movies is Christina. This was on Full Moon streaming service, and it was described as supermodel, hot, sexy lady Christina gets kidnapped by lesbian terrorists, and what will she do? The movie is not that at all. It was an excuse to make this woman just nude in almost every single scene, where normally you have to... she phrased it as like, the actress said, normally when you're on a movie set, you have to negotiate for clothes to be off. I had to negotiate for my clothes to be on. Mm-hmm. And it was based on a book series that Playboy put out called Christina. And they were like, this is going to be fucking gold. Because it starts out with the first of many movies based on the Christine novel series, the first and only movie. Like it went nowhere. But if it weren't filmed in Italy in these beautiful houses and mansions, literally carved into mountains on the ocean side, I would have turned it off. Even the boobies weren't enough for me to say, okay. But visually, when you're stoned, it's good. Now we're into like the bottom of the barrel. And the last 3 we only watched because they were watch-alongs on the Betsy Sidaro and Mano Agapian podcast, We Love Trash. So coming in at number 3 of the worst movies I watched this year was Cheerleader Chainsaw Chicks. It's people coming together and trying to make a movie. That's fine, but it just goes nowhere and meanders, and it's weird. It made me anxietied. And then I asked Nicole, what do you think are the 2 bottom ones? And she said, it's got to be those Neil Breen movies. And she is correct. The bottom 2 are Fateful Findings, which I think out of all his movies is the most tolerable. But boy, oh boy, that fucker needs to learn how to edit. And Twisted Pair is the worst thing I have ever seen. It sucks so hard. I'm waiting for someone in the chat to say, oh no, man, Neil Breen real good. But no, Neil Breen real bad. Ugh. But let's get into the good stuff, Nicole. I technically have 16 entries on my top 15 because I had to give an honorable mention to all 6 Sharknado movies. We watched those this year.
Yeah.
And the third one is the best one, possibly because it was filmed on location in Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida. And I just love that setting. But the fourth one is also really good. I believe that's when... It for sure is when Tara Reid's character is full on a cyborg and she like picks up a wood bar and she starts spinning around going, and becomes a helicopter.
Yeah.
It's so good. Okay.
Her screaming is so funny.
It's baked into my memory. Oh, that needs to be a Twitch alert. Like when someone raids us or gives a donation, it should be just her going, ah!
Yeah.
Okay, but these are my for real 15 favorites. It's shot on location in a Canadian like national park, I believe. It's called State Park. It's supposed to be set in Michigan, and it's like late 80s, early 90s. It's also called Heavy Metal Summer. It's such a good, sweet movie. I highly recommend it. It's about a group of girls or women, I should say, young adults, going to a state park to work there all summer, I believe, or just stay there all summer. Then there's these heavy metal dudes. Oh, yeah, because there's this weird race that's going to happen, and the payout's like $1,000. And these metal dudes are like, that's how much we need for good equipment so we can produce a record. And then there's this guy there's also, like most of these movies, there's an evil corporation trying to take over the state park and, dump toxic waste in these lakes and rivers.
Sure.
So one of the dudes who owns what do you call it? Like a convenience store, but for a park. So like campers can go and like buy stuff. He is dressing up like a bear and like performing karate on these executives. It's very funny. And it starts out with Adam like, wait, is there just straight up a talking bear in this? I wish there was, because it's just a man in a suit. But if they had played it off like this is a real bear, it would have went from number 15 to probably like number 7.
Yeah.
Next up, Voyage of the Rock and Roll Aliens. It's a musical. It's Rocky Horror Picture Show meets Class of Nukem High. It's so good. It's crazy how we haven't watched it together yet. Then Troma's last sex romp of, like the early 80s, late 70s. They did 4 of them that were very successful. Right before Toxic Avenger, they put out the first Turn On. It's a very sexy, horny, good movie. Check that out. Then we did this for the Patreon with Robbie, Rats. That movie rocked. Go check out our discussion on that. It was a made-for-Showtime movie, I believe, about 2 teenagers. They wish for boyfriends, and then these rats become boys, and then they're like, huh? What?
Yeah.
It's a very good movie. Then we always just go, Ski School, because Ski School is so good. It was a great time. It's far superior than Ski Patrol. Comatose said Ski Patrol was better. No. I like these dudes pulling yanks and pranks, having a good time, and just being also where it was filmed just feels more cozy, and it has a better vibe factor than Ski Patrol. Next up, we did it for The Height of Horror, Blood-Sucking Pharaohs of Pittsburgh or in Pittsburgh. It's all available on YouTube, I believe, in like a decent, nice quality, so go check that out. I think that it's been put out on Blu-ray recently, but boy, oh boy, that movie rules.
That movie's so fucking good.
And I think it was filmed in the late 80s, and it is like a dissection of horror movies. And it's a horror comedy done so fucking well before all of that stuff was happening. Like this was filmed during the period of horror movies in like 89 and like 88 when Jason Takes Manhattan. Like, things were becoming self-parody without knowing it. And somehow they were so far ahead of the time to say, no, this is what we're doing. And it just rules. Next up, Christina Ricci. They To Be Kept feeding us movies of Christina Ricci. And it's Pumpkin. Watch the trailer and you think, wow, this is going to be offensive as fuck. And it's somehow one of the most touching rom-coms I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And so well done and executed. And it sucks that the writer-directors didn't go on to become like, those dudes who are directing Fast and the Furious, hey, they got their start on this Pumpkin movie. That's how it feels like this should have went, but it unfortunately didn't. And then everyone always says this is a crazy bonkers, like so bad it's a good movie. Showgirls.
Yeah.
It's just a good movie, minus that one scene near the end. They could have cut most of that out, and it would have been great. Just seek through it. Once that girl goes in the hotel room with that boxer, just seek forward. You do not need to see it until she, comes out of that room and falls on the ground. Just actually seek forward until she's in the hospital. And then you're good. Ugh. But other than that, the movie is dazzling, has beautiful lights, it rules. Your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, I maybe wouldn't have ranked it as high as you did, but yeah, it was good.
You would have put Pumpkin right above it. Instead, you would have flopped those around.
Yeah, man.
And it's sexy. There's straight up labia on display. It's good. She's getting practically waterboarded while having sex in that pool.
Yeah.
Also, pool sex, do you think pool sex sounds bad, right?
Oh.
I don't like the lubrication of it all. I don't know. Guys, give us a call, please. Good thing I had all these movies planned.
Well, no, it's because they want to listen to the movie list.
Oh, no. I'll know. I'm at Showgirls.
Yeah.
So, if you call in, I know we're at Showgirls.
Well, no, they want to hear it.
Okay, then Black Christmas. We saw that at that horror movie, what's it called?
Midnight Movie Massacre?
Yeah, the Massacre at the Davis Theater. There we go, guys. Yellow, you're on with McCollum.
And the Bricks.
On WMSS. Give us your ASL, age, sexiness, and leftovers on a Thanksgiving. What do you like snacking on the day after?
Early 30s. The homemade, I'm sorry, what was the S for again? Sorry.
Sexiness.
Oh, 7 today, but I think I can average an 8.
Okay, whoa. Hell yeah. Confidence. I like it.
And leftovers, shoot, man. To be honest with you, anything I could put cranberry sauce on after the fact, but
oh, yeah.
Homemade, gotta have the pulp of the berry in it. None of that, you shouldn't be able to slice a sauce. Canned cranberry sauce is a crime.
This is how I make cranberry sauce. I take a bunch of cranberries and then I just squeeze them real good and just mush them into my orifice.
Ew.
So you just chew on the cranberries directly and skip a step, mix it in your mouth, huh?
And I might pour down to help it slide down my throat. I might pour some cranberry juice while listening to Fleetwood Mac.
Not the cranberries?
No, this is a TikTok thing. That dude drinking cranberry sauce juice.
Know.
He should have done cranberry sauce next. He should have just been
you've gone straight from solid to full liquid sauce. Yeah. Sauce, but I like that you're mixing for a medium, I guess.
Also,
innovation and yep.
Who are we speaking with right now?
Oh, hi, I'm an Inquisitive Mug.
Oh, hell yeah, Mug. How are ya?
Doing all right. How are you, James Nicole? And DJ names that I missed at the start of the call?
McCollum.
The Bricks.
The Brick. I love it. I'm good. How are y'all?
We're doing great. Where are you calling in from? You can just say state or country.
Oh, Louisiana.
Oh, hell yeah. You go down to the bayou?
I do live startlingly close to a bayou, yeah. When I was a younger man, I probably could have kicked a football to it from a porch.
Dang. Are you scared of Swamp Thing?
Swamp Thing, like the horror movie creature from the last call that Nick Nolty was talking about?
No, for the DC character Swamp Thing.
No. No, I'm scared of the Man Thing from Marvel. Swamp Thing is not even worth my time.
Yeah, he's drawn well and looks cool, but he loves nature. As long as you're not one of the executives from State Park, you're good.
I was really thinking to myself when you were talking about State Park, I was like, well, at least there's a race with a grand prize and there's no danger of like the evil businessmen trying to shut down the community center or something. And then immediately it gets 3 times more heinous.
Yeah.
So that was quite a rug pull.
It's on Tubi. I would love to see that movie remastered in widescreen because right now it's only that 4:3 junk.
God.
But
does it like take itself seriously with a plot like that, or is it kind of like wink and nudge?
Oh no, it's a goofball comedy. One of the funniest things in that movie are the heavy metal people. They have a camper, like this big camper, and they pull into one of the campsites, and next to them are just surrounding them are old people. And instead of generally you would think the thing would be the old people are like, oh, these metal people are scary. No, the metal people are afraid of all the old people, and it's so good.
Is that like the Real Monsters twist, like wholesomeness is their poison?
Yeah.
I can dig that.
2 thumbs up to State Park, a.k.a. Heavy Metal Summer. But, Mug, we got a question for you.
But of course.
All right. Like Spider-Man, he was bit by a radioactive spider and got spider powers. How would you, what animal would you like to be bit by to gain some of their powers and fight this Iron Cross army?
All right, I got to be real with you. I kind of got 2 answers depending on, can I choose the age of the animal that bites me?
So you're saying like, oh, I really want a pony to bite me.
I want to be a chimp, and I know it seems cop-out, but like if an adult chimp bit me, I'd be missing. I feel like I wouldn't want to walk away from that, powers or no. So like if it could be a little baby chimp, a little adorable Jack Hanna kind of guy, then I'd say I'd have to go chimp because just in case I go all 6-armed Spider-Man body horror with it, like still a mammal, still mostly, I think 5 fingers, can always shave. They're jacked. It's essentially like free super strength and agility.
Yeah, and you technically get 2 more hands because, your little feet become them.
I didn't even consider the whole pedodexterity angle. Yeah. I mean, you'd basically just be Beast.
Oh, yeah.
From X-Men.
Yeah.
It was like a lamer Sabretooth, but I mean, I'll still take it for free.
And you want to know what? Twice as smart as him because that's you, Mug.
Whoa.
Much appreciated. I'm hoping the chimp IQ doesn't have me break even.
No, it's going to skyrocket you even more.
I hope that wasn't too much of like a basic bitch answer.
Oh, no one's ever said chimp before.
No.
I mean, honey badger was my backup.
Okay, ooh, those are ferocious.
You got the whole venom immunity, tooth, claws, thick hide. I don't know if I get the whole relative to the size of a man Spider-Man deal where I'd effectively be like bullet and knife proof. But I mean, chimps just, I want somebody to still want me at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
I don't think you're going to have to worry about becoming you're not going to look like a honey badger.
Like that. Oh, wait, I'm still stuck on the chimp thing.
Oh, also, I don't think you'll end up looking like a chimp. Maybe your palms or like the back of your hands might get a little hairier. And what's the main feature of a honey badger?
Pretty much indestructible. They kind of look like terrifying skunks.
Okay. So you want to know what? Maybe your hair, like the hair on your head just becomes thicker and more lush.
I can deal with that. I'll get some mane and tail. I'll work through it. I'll power up.
Okay. And being anti-venom, you don't need to worry about that stuff. That's good.
I mean, they tear right into fire ant piles, beehives. They give less of a damn than bears about getting that honey.
I'd like to see Eddie Brock try to take you on, babe.
I get that reference.
Do you, Mug?
I do.
Okay.
Can I make one note about pool sex?
Yeah, what's up?
Awful for the exact reason you described, but less lubricated than you think. It's like running your hand on the edge of a balloon.
Oh.
Too much friction, too much traction. It's bad. Bad times. Good call.
See, my friends in high school would always be like, you got to have sex in a hot tub. I'm like, no, that sounds terrible.
Because they were in high school.
Yeah, and they were They were tripping. This is what my friends in high school would do.
It should have just started. They should have just stopped after you should have sex.
Yeah, that's it. But
Sold.
this is what they would do. They would get into a hot tub and then down a bottle of Robitussin and just vibe. They're like, oh, the hot tub makes it go through your body quicker. So if they're just like hopped up on Robitussin, robo-tripping, and just banging one out, I guess it's fine.
Who are all these people who are like have access to a hot tub to life hack like an impromptu high, but just don't know anybody with a driver's license?
This is the suburbs in a small town where nothing happens. So it's like, oh, our parents have some money because they work for Gerber, or that there were a lot of military machinery making plants in our town and the adjacent areas. So like people had money, but the local government hated children having fun. So they're like, no all ages venues. We're going to shut down the skate park. Oh my God. We lived in like a children's movie where it's like, hey, we're going to shut shit down.
Yeah.
It's like Footloose, but with more Robitussin.
Uh-huh. And we didn't have a Three Ninjas to help us out. Damn.
I still haven't seen Three Ninjas Kickback. Is it worth it?
Oh, Kickback's real good. The one where they go to Japan.
I'm left to assume. I've just been getting shit about my whole adult life for not going back. That and Surf Ninjas, come to think of it.
Surf Ninja's good. So you've seen the other Three Ninjas movies?
Oh, I didn't know there was more than one. Were they called like One Ninja Kicks Back and Two Ninjas Kick Back?
No, it was Three Ninjas, then Three Ninjas Knuckle Up. Knuckle Up is very fun because it's where they go like save a like native reservation from being taken over by corporations trying to just dump a bunch of trash there.
Toxic waste.
And then you have Kickback, and then you have the Hulk Hogan. Also, why can I think Ernest? What Jim Varney starring Three Ninjas called Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain, which rips.
I mean, with a name like that, no, I think you might actually be selling me. Is there a good point of egress to start these movies? Like Back to the Future where you can skip one? And
the last one is its own continuity. So High Noon at Mega Mountain, if you just want to start with Hulk Hogan, you can start there.
I'm cool with that.
Oh, okay. Well, then I would say start with the first one, then go to, even though it was released first, Kickback is the third one. It was released second because the second one was shelved, Knuckle Up. I did an entire podcast series on these movies, so that's why I know so much about them.
It shows. I'm a bit taken aback about it. I'm not gonna lie, it's impressive as hell.
I think they're still on Tubi, so they're free to watch.
Hey, much appreciated. I came to impart some pool sex knowledge, and I ended up learning a lot.
Hell yeah, dude. You learned about robo-tripping. You ever done it?
No.
Okay.
No, I knew enough people who were over 21 who could just buy me like cheap Miller High Life.
See, we were, when it comes to marijuana, Muskegon for a while was a dry town. So you just couldn't get weed, to the point where my brother and all his friends would just be boiling their pipes, and it would just smell up the entire house to get resin out of the pipes. And then they would smoke resin for a week.
Ooh. I've hung out with a lot of people who had like giant dung beetle balls of resin.
Ugh, disgusting.
And that does not come out of my fingers at all.
Ugh. My brother would like roll it in his hands, and I'd be like, ugh. Gross. All right, Mug. Thank you so much for calling in.
Oh, no worries. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for having me.
You too. See you later, Mug.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye. That's the Inquisitive Mug. Nicole, we left off at Black Christmas. I gave you my heart. Next up, John Waters' classic Cry Baby. We got to watch that together. I watched it on my own, and I'm like, Nicole will fucking love this.
It looks really good.
Oh, man, it's so good. And then one that we have always known about. Betsy and Mono talk about it on We Love Trash a lot, and we finally watched it, Blood Diner. Man, it's so good. Oh, man, I forgot to put, like, Death Spa on here. That one's also really up there.
But this list was just from this year.
So did we watch Death Spa Like 2022, maybe?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, then that might be why. And then these next two movies are interchangeable. That one could be above the other. But Looker and Body Melt I watched around the same time. And it's crazy how both of those I watched this year when I could have swore I've been talking these up forever. Looker is a Michael Crichton, the dude who wrote Jurassic Park. It's one of his first movies in the, I believe, early 80s. It is such great science fiction that is also feels like it's like built in the real world. And here's the plot line, guys. A movie studio is hiring actresses to scan in to make digital perfect copies of them to use their images in perpetuity for just a one-time payment. What does that sound like, guys? Right now. Michael Crichton called it. This shit's happening. So and then, of course, what corporations love to do, well, there's a little bit of money that they would have to pay out every year as they're using this. Well, how do we prevent that, Nicole? Oh, we just kill the women. And that's what's happening. That's the overarching plot. It's so fucking good. The atmosphere is great. The music is amazing by like Sue Sade, I believe is the band. The She's a Looker. That's what they say. Man, she's got it all. Yeah, she's got it made. Always on display. Dum ding 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 dum ding ding ding. It's great rock and roll with like amazing 80s synth work in it. Ooh, baby. And then Body Melt, it's an Australian Melt movie. It rips. We got to watch every Melt movie, Nicole. There's not a lot of them. And then one of the books that I have, it's a Melt book. It's a plot of Melt. So I'm excited to write that. Just write it into a movie script, James. Who knows?
Would you say Frosty the Snowman is a Melt movie?
Oh, dang. So there was supposedly supposed to be a live-action Frosty the Snowman movie being made by Warner Brothers, starring Jason Momoa as the voice of Frosty. Why? No.
Why not?
Get like a fun person to do that. I'll take John Cena. I know he's a fun dude.
Yeah.
Like he's goofy. Do that. Like someone who is animated. I don't know. But if it were live action, there would be a melting scene. And I would totally say that's a Melt movie. I think there needs to be more than one melt. And I think that needs to be the climactic. I was just about to say, so you couldn't consider Wizard of Oz, but that's kind of a climactic thing.
Well, I feel like you also need to see the melting.
Oh, yeah.
Which you don't in Frosty.
No.
You just see a before and after.
He's a puddle of piss on the ground.
Yeah.
But yeah, Melt movies. We got to watch like Street Trash, the other one, where a guy's just like actively melting.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then, The Stuff. Troll 2 is a low melt movie. The Blob's a melt movie. And then my top two, Callie, I believe it was, in the Dumpscord, the We Love Trash Discord. She said, hey, everyone, this is the movie I watch all the time. It's like Japan's Jaws in 77, I think it was released. Like, this is what made movies explode even more. And kind of that was their modern blockbuster. I believe that's how they put it. It's called A House. Sometimes Hausa, Housa. It fucking rules. It's a horror movie that you're watching, and then like halfway in, you're like, wait, I thought this was a horror movie.
Yeah.
Because it's about a group of girls who one of them says, hey, they're all friends, like best friends. Maybe like 10 girls, maybe 9 in, I don't know, probably like 14-year-old. One of them has an aunt who lives like in this beautiful house out in the mountains in the countryside of Japan. And they go there and it's this beautiful movie and it feels very Noel Fielding. I wonder if he had seen this because there's a lot of psychedelic stuff that reminds me a lot of luxury comedy.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, this is amazing. And you're like, but I thought this was a horror movie. And when it becomes a horror movie, you're like, holy shit, I did too many drugs before this.
Yeah, I remember walking in during that part, and I was like, oh.
Fuck, man, it's so good. We got to watch it. And then the best movie both of us watched.
Hold on.
What's up? You need to do drugs?
No, I'm sorry. So my my bra is too tight.
Okay.
And like because of my really bad inflammation, like my ribs are like inflamed all the time, and I need to take it off because I'm in pain.
I'll vamp for you. Hey guys, if you give us a call, Nicole is currently not available, but that's fine. I'm here. I'm going to save my number 1 because Nicole, I gave this the list to Nicole and beforehand because I knew how she was going to react to this. If I would have listed things off, oh my God, we're getting a call. I will answer. Yellow, you're on with McCollum Sans Bricks on WMSS. Caller, give us your name as well as your ASL, your age, sexiness, and lament configuration. Are you a Cenobite?
Hey, I thought of some more movies I was in.
Oh my God, is this Nick Nolty?
Yeah, you know me.
Nick Nolty, you should have asked any of your friends to call in. Maybe a friend who's more confident in their filmography.
No, I thought of a few more. Okay. Ready?
Yes. Wait, actually, hold on. The Bricks just got back. She's about to turn on her headphones and we'll be able to hear whatever movie you've been in. All right, she's here.
Hey, Bricks, it's me, Nick Nolty. I thought of some more movies I did.
Jesus.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Funny we brought him up. I was in the Hulk. Yeah.
Which one? Were you in with Edward Norton or were you in with other guy?
Other guy. Other guy. Yeah, I was in the good one.
Okay, all right.
Ang Lee directed it. I played someone called Father.
So maybe it was his father?
Probably. Or maybe I was like a priest, like, ooh, Hulk, don't go fighting the bad guy before you pray.
Mm-hmm.
I could have done that.
Yeah.
I was also in Over the Hedge.
Love it. With Avril Lavigne.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, really?
Yeah, she's a possum.
Whoa, Avril Lavigne?
Yeah.
My friend and I are someday going to do an Avril Lavigne podcast.
Oh, I'm sure he's looking forward to it every day. Oh, and lest we forget, I was in Zookeeper featuring Kevin James.
Okay.
Thank you very much. The King of Queens himself. Yeah.
You were in one of my favorite movies from 2013.
I'm sure I was. Which one?
Gangster Squad.
You saw Gangster Squad?
I did. So my parents used to call. They were the only people who would call into a radio show for free tickets. And you needed to be like caller 6. I'm sorry that this is for one of your movies, but
I'm just glad someone saw it.
They had like 4 phone lines, so they would just all call at the same time, and they would always be the 6th caller to get the free movie tickets for a movie that like wasn't doing the best at the time.
Sure. Wait a minute. Are you here to tell me Gangster Squad was not doing the best at the time?
It wasn't. It broke its budget a little bit, but yeah, you know.
Oh, yeah, of course it did. It had Nick fucking Nolty, baby.
Ha-cha-cha. It was a very good movie. It felt very like, let's make a gangster movie, but it's heavily influenced by what Marvel is doing, so they felt like superheroes.
That is literally all me. Thank you very much.
You were in The Mandalorian?
Awesome. Yeah, that was me too. That was after Gangster Squad, in which I walked up to the director and I slapped him in the face and I said, "You fucking make this a Marvel, you dirty bastard." And then it didn't do well. So I thought, you know what? How about I become a Marvel? And so I joined Marvel's The Mandalorian. And it's me, and it's Batman, and it's Mickey Mouse, and we're all going to go stop Thanos from doing bad. And the kids really responded to that, you know. We did that one for the kids. you know?
Yeah, you did that one for the kids.
Yeah. You do one for the kids, and then you do a Jacqueline Paris, which is, ooh la la, if you will, because it's Parisian.
How was Emma Stone on the set of Gangster Squad?
Emma Stone on a set of Gangster Squad at one point did spontaneously combust into a pile of goo.
Oh, she melted.
I don't want to be clear, because I've seen people melt, okay? I was with Carrie Fisher in the 80s. You know, I've seen people melt. Emma Stone did not melt. It was a full-on combustion that ended much like a melting situation in that she was a pile of goo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which is why, kids, hey, ketamine, great time. Be careful out there, you know?
Would you ever lube up with that goo?
Of course I lubed up immediately after the scene.
Oh, okay, because were you about to have some pool sex?
What was that first word? Fool sex?
Pool sex.
Pool sex. I've had fool sex before. I've never had pool sex.
Hey, if you're having sex in a pool, you're a fool.
Hey, that's what I tell them. All that chlorine going up in here. No, thank you. I won't have fool sex, though. That's when you have sex on April Fool's Day and you wear a funny nose. And I say, look at me, you're having sex with Groucho Marx. And I say, just kidding, it's me, Nick Nolty.
And the lady's saying, oh, shoot it in me. And you say, oh, yeah, I'm going to. And when you do, you say, whoops, I was wearing a condom. And they're like, oh, you pranked me.
Okay, so I misunderstood the situation. So I always have sex next to my gun cabinet, you understand?
Because of Gangster Squad.
Like Gangster Squad. I'm surprised you want me to continue telling this story.
Yeah.
So...
You're an interesting person, and I want to hear, like, why are you having sex near your gun cabinet?
Mom and the Bricks, I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you for having me, Nick Nolte.
Also,
I did shoot this. Yeah.
Real quick, based on the numbers of guns owned in America, I think a lot of people have sex next to their gun cabinet.
I like that social commentary. Yeah. Yeah, we're all having sex. I did shoot this woman in the vagina.
Okay.
I will cut to the end there. Yeah, so she said, oh, shoot it in me. And I said, oh, fuck yeah. And then I took a big old rifle and I just shot and then she did not survive.
This is
my gosh.
Please say it was full of, I guess, ketamine and it made her spontaneously combust.
We can say that, sure.
Okay, you spontaneously combusted in her.
More social commentary. Well done.
You straight up pulled a Brother Lynch hung. I don't know if you're familiar with that rapper, but he has a song called Return of the Baby Killer that starts out with, put a 9 in her pussy hole and cock it back slow. And you monster.
Where do you think he got the idea?
Wow.
I'm Hollywood, baby. I get around. I tell these stories not necessarily suited for Johnny Carson, you know?
Who was your favorite late night interviewer?
Oh, my gosh. It's got to be Alan King.
Okay.
You remember Alan King?
No.
Oh, he was an old radio boy. One of the few guys to do back in them 40s, 50s, but not from Vaudeville. So he just kind of popped on over to television after he had that radio show. And boy, oh boy, was he funny? No. Did he look good in a suit? No. Did he make me feel better about myself when I watched him? Oh boy, yeah.
Okay, and that's the most important thing.
Truly, yeah. Make me feel better about the terrible life choices I have, do, and will continue to make. Yeah.
That's why I watch Riverdale. I'm like, look at these fugly bitches.
You know, I was in Riverdale.
You were?
Yeah, I played the locker.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. That locker that was eating the kids?
Yeah. I tried to eat one of them for real, and then the director came in and said, Nick, we're not actually eating the kids. And I said, do you want to make a picture or do you want to shit on my dick?
And you said, this is television. Director, get out of my face. If one of the producers or writers wants to tell me something, they can.
Oh, no, absolutely not. If you get Nick Nolte, you're not talking to Nick Nolte. You're talking to insert character name here. You know, you're talking to Father in the Hulk. You're talking to Birdie the gorilla from Zookeeper. You know, I'm not here trying to listen to some Harvard fuck try and tell me how to bring emotion, bring humanity into the project. Okay, if you're from Harvard, how about you fuck off? I was trying to think of a pun and it didn't come in the moment, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say.
How about you go National Lampoon yourself?
Social commentary, yes.
Nick Nolty, I don't think you answered. If you were to be bit by a animal radioactive style like Spider-Man, what animal would you want to be and what powers would you take from that animal?
Dolly Parton, giant jugs.
And how would you use that to take down?
Perfect answer at the end.
The Iron Cross
End
Army.
of the episode.
Yeah, who cares? I have giant jugs.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in, Nick.
Thank you. Love the show. Goodbye, Briggs. Goodbye, McCollum.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I was going to be like, you going to hang up, Nick? We got 9 minutes, so if you want to call in, call in.
What's your number one movie?
Oh, my number one movie? Thank you, Nicole. People would have been like, what the fuck? Another movie we saw at the massacre, and I started telling Nicole this because I knew throughout the entire list she would have kept saying, well, you didn't include this movie? Yeah, Nicole, because it's number one. It's another John Waters movie. It's Serial Mom. We got to have friends over just to watch that because we own it now.
Hell,
I keep forgetting we do. Because we were going to watch it during Halloween.
Yeah.
But then freaking dude's like, I have a little baby
I'm
with
a child. I'm a father now.
That dude, he watched Saw 3 with us. You know?
No.
A 3-year-old watched Saw 3. I think that's how it should be. You turn 1 year old, you get to watch Saw 1. You turn 2, Saw 2, etc.
Same with Fast and the Furious.
Oh, yeah. We'll do a double feature every single birthday. Sit them down. You could do things like Friday the 13th. That gets up there. That gets to 10. Double digits. I forgot we're on camera, so I can do visual bits. I don't need to just make an X with my hands. Do this. X. Degeneration style. But yeah, we'll keep talking until either it hits that 8:30 mark or someone calls in.
Yeah.
So call in, guys. Give us a call.
Tell us what your radioactive powers would be.
Mm-hmm. The number again is 773-270-0490. This is going to be an easy episode to edit.
Good.
Because it's just us mainly talking a little, you know.
Is there a movie that you wanted to watch this year that we didn't get to?
Okay, this is actually a good question because I
know it is. That's why I asked
hoping for a Christmas present that it is, but maybe you forgot about it. I went to the exchange, I bought this movie, and then it was in that dumb letterboxed thing. I want to watch Hard Boiled so freaking bad.
I did not.
Okay, well, eventually someone will get Hard Boiled and I'll be excited. Degenerate into Jason, fools, is what Goose just said.
I think you mean Nick Nolte.
Oh, yeah, Nick Nolte. But yeah, that was one I really would like to watch. Don't Open Till Christmas. We have a little bit of time on that. There's probably some others that are in my queue that I'm like, we gotta watch that. Watching House together. That's one that I'm like, why didn't we just do that together, Nicole?
Yeah.
Oh, and that one we picked up in Colorado. The Sailor Girl and Machine Gun.
Sailor Suit Machine Gun.
Yeah, that one is one I really want to watch. All the other police stories with Jackie Chan.
Yeah. There's another one we got from Colorado, which was like Krampus 2 that we haven't watched either.
It's not Lady Krampus 2?
No.
Man, that movie sucked. I'm glad I fell asleep to that.
I'm so fucking disappointed.
You should have just watched Krampus 2. Nicole, you got to do research into movies before watching them. Or watch a trailer before watching them.
Half of them don't have trailers.
Well, that's why you go on YouTube and say, okay, do I really want to commit 87 minutes to this?
Sorry for judging a book by its cover.
And by its... Oh, did you not read the synopsis?
No, I probably did.
Okay. Oh, one movie that was real, like surprisingly good was, I think, The Tooth Fairy that they watched on We Love Trash. The like good one. The one that had intense kills to it. The one that wasn't produced by the same dude who produces like Blood and Honey.
I don't remember it.
Okay. It was fun. There was a bicycle or something about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was a bicycle about it.
Yeah, there was a bicycle about it. Did I stutter? I think it's mainly that, the Sailor Suit Machine Gun I really want to watch. And that other movie, the like Legend of Star Brothers or something.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that's a one we got to watch. That's the one. It's on Tubi. It's in our queue. And that's about it. Those are
our cute.
The movies that I really want to check out.
Yeah.
What
But
about you?
I did, I don't know, probably, but I forgot about them. I think the only one that currently right now I can remember is that Christmas movie with the guy from Stranger Things.
Oh, Silent Night, Deadly Night, or Deadly Night, one of those.
Whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm. We'll get to that. We'll get to that one.
That's it.
And Iron Claw, the Iron Claw, is not playing at the Davis this weekend, so we
Okay.
won't be able to watch that with Sean. So that's one. I would have liked it to be at the Davis. Could have went there with Sean this weekend.
Will it be streaming?
Probably not this weekend.
Like we couldn't rent it?
Because
Because I feel like sometimes it like releases on streaming before it's in theaters.
I feel like those are the movies that are like, we don't think this is going to be doing that well. Or, this is more aimed at kids. So, like, parents go to hop on Peacock to watch Five Nights at Freddy's, not realizing, this is going to be the #1 at the box office for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because kids love that franchise.
For some reason.
The lore, baby.
I don't know, because I've never gotten into it.
Same. Except like the video game podcast that I watch it or listen to, I know a lot of the information about it and how that dude just wants it to be his franchise, the creator. And that's why there's a lot of not good stuff in the movie, especially for people who haven't consumed all the media. There's a lot of Easter eggs and fan service. So, because he's like, no, we need to do it this way and only that way. And they're like, well, for like a movie like this doesn't, like, we're movie producers. We can like make this but the dude's vindicated. It made like $150 million on maybe like a $20 million budget.
Wow.
Oh, also, like, I finally like paid bills like all my bills were paid for 1 month because I did a bunch of like music producing and mixing as well as podcast editing 1 month. And then Chicago Comics paid the rest.
Yeah.
So it's good. Also, I love working at Chicago Comics. I know you have apprehension. I have zero of those apprehension because
it's fine.
I think I'm just going with the flow.
Yeah.
And I've never worked retail before, and I'm like, this is what I should have been doing.
Yeah.
If fast food sucked.
Yeah.
Customer support service, like a corporate job sucked, but working for a small company or a small business, it's just nice. And I like feel like I'm helping people. Whereas like Burger King, it's fucking Burger King. Cleaning offices, that's cleaning offices. Like anyone can do it, and it doesn't like really make an impact on people. And then Vivid Seats blows. Like they were actively taking away from people than like giving it back at an inflated price. That's doing more harm to people. But then like finding the perfect comic book for someone, there's something nice in that.
It's fun.
Yeah. I like people
like I fucking loved it when people would ask for suggestions of stuff. I'm like, oh hell yeah, dude.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting back into comics. I'm reading over the weekend I read 22 issues of comics, like around 500 pages ish.
Yeah.
So I've just been burning through stuff. Your stepfather Brian, who's been on the show, was like talking about like, yeah, you know, you guys are easy to be around, Nicole and I. And I was like, yeah, you love how it's, because like I made a point to be like, oh, Brian's hanging out by himself. I want to hang out with Brian on after our Christmas celebration with your family. I was like, I'm going to go hang out with him. He's watching the game, but I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to lay on the couch reading Deadpool.
Yeah.
And like, that's bonding with your stepfather.
Yeah.
That to him, he's like, oh no, this is what life is all about.
Yeah. Well, it was even like when we did a puzzle and then he like came home and was watching football and then like super nice was like, I just need to watch till halftime and you guys can watch whatever. And we were like, yeah, sure. And then even like before that, he was just like, no, you guys can change it. And I was like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like you can watch football.
Yeah, it's fine, dude. Football's on for like 6 months out of the year. Get your fix.
And it's like, if it's just until halftime, like, sure, I don't give a shit.
Even if it was till full time, that's fine.
Yeah, like
It's
we
your
were watching
house.
Christmas shit all day
Yeah.
and you just came home from work.
I'm stoned right now.
Yeah.
Football's cool when you're stoned.
Yeah, dude.
I think we're at the 8:30 mark. We are at 8:32. So yeah, guys, thank you for listening. We will be dark for or technically 2 weeks. I might do a Masked Rider watch along because just to fill in that one slot. But you can head over to patreon.com/MLM pod, where for $5 a month, you get exclusive content every single Friday. Yeah. On the off weeks for us, it's Nicole and I. We are either doing Mostly Speaking Sentai After Dark, where we're halfway through Akiba Ranger Season 2, or at the end of the month, we are doing Engage with Nicolas Cage, our next movie, which will be out, I think, the week that this comes out. Yeah, the following Friday is The Knowing, I believe is the name of the movie. I just did notes on it. I don't remember the name because I keep wanting to say Next or Left Behind, but no, it's Knowing. And I'm scared to watch this movie. It seems like I will have a panic attack.
I don't think so.
It feels very Final Destination-y in the like, oh, all this shit could happen. Like, oh, a plane falling out of the sky.
Definitely, like, that's how they sell it. And, like, it is that, but I don't remember it having that big of an impact.
Okay. And
as big as, like, Final Destination did.
Okay, based on the reviews, though, people either fucking love this and say it is the greatest sci-fi movie they've ever seen, or fucking hate it because it is just nonsense spirituality bullshit.
Yeah, it is. It is nonsense. Yeah. And the ending kind of sucks.
People either said it sucks, or even the 5-star reviews were like, it's a fucking flawless movie until you get to the end, but it's still that good to give it 5 stars.
It's like, it's fine. It's fine.
Well,
it's a fine movie.
And it's on HBO Max.
It's a mid-movie. It fits into that, like, what did we call it? The dad
sci-fi.
Dad movies.
Yeah. Sunday, like a Superstation movie, or a dad Sunday movie, a Sunday dad movie. I think that's what we called it probably. But yes, it's a perfect one of those to just have on, and he's probably going to fall asleep midway through. But yeah, he just had a long week and then a weekend trying to handle children.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let him sleep while watching Knowing by Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys.
It's always just like the loudest fucking movies and they're just passed
out. Just guns going off nonstop. But no, the guns going off nonstop, that's a Saturday movie. Like Saturday night, oh man, I'm watching this Van Damme. He's going to be kicking.
Sure.
Well, somehow his fists are stronger than their guns.
It kind of makes sense though, because you would need it to like drown out all other noises.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
See,
that makes sense.
That's, I think, like Tubi and streaming are starting to get back to that. In between, you didn't have a lot of made for TV or like, this is perfect for syndication or cable. But I think Tubi especially and Netflix are giving dads what they need. Those kinds of movies where you can just turn it on and it drowns out children saying, Dad, sister punched me. And then sister saying, brother's lying, even though her knuckles are bloody and your nose is covered in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you actually, Sorry, movie makers, if your movie can drown that out, I think you're doing a disservice to the nation.
Damn.
And no, because like if you're neglecting your children punching each other to the point of nose broken, that's bad. You're doing like, but that would be like, oh, I'm tripped out on opioids.
Yeah.
That's bad. Like Purdue Pharmacy or whatever they're called. They're bad. They should be held accountable. If a movie studio is doing that to fathers, yeah, they should be held accountable. And if you're a $10 patron, you get bonus monthly exclusive content. I can't find someone to come over for Santa Jaws. Maybe Sean will watch it with us when he's here. I don't know. Or maybe we'll watch a Frosty special and talk about it. I would love to do that. Do a quick straight to Patreon for Frosty Returns. Oh, baby. Yeah, that's what you'll get. I did do a watch along for Frosty's Winter Wonderland. We just have one more Frosty special, and then we've done a watch along for all of them. And you get name shout out on every single free podcast. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z, The Waz, Orion, Jordan B, The Chaos Witch, my Bickle brother in common law, Joshua Jacus, Steve Barnes, A Sweet Child of Time, and Intro Void. Listen to his music. The Womb in Which I Emerged, my mother, I saw her over the weekend. Lil Corey's BFF and now former roommate Shane. That Fed, twitch.tv/Core Winning, it's Corwin. And from the Rom Complex and Formulaic, a podcast and script writing, it's twitch.tv/R2Shelby2. Sean said, Sean will probably watch anything. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nicole, what do you have to plug?
Oh, hey, it's me. Follow me. I'm Darling Homebody on social medias. Visit darlinghomebody.com for all the cool stuff that I make and the monthly sticker subscription. This month is the Marshland Monster.
Ooh, it's me.
So sign up before January 1st.
And you'll finally get Marshland Monster merch. It's the album cover of Rainy Beach Town.
Yeah.
So check that out. Go for it. And listen to Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling. It's on YouTube now. And all the other podcasts. But Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling, that I think that one's the real quality one. And formulaic as well.
Do it.
Yay. I've been James.
I'm the Brick.
Oh, wait. Also, there's a new single, Dragon Boy Suede and I, releasing the day, December 29th. The day after this drops in the podcast feed, called Critters Pay for Loads. It's really good. And you want to know what? I'll put that at the end of this episode. So go stream it, save it, wherever you listen to music.
Haha, yes.
But I've been Mullum.
I'm the Bricks.
And we've been Mostly Speaking Sentai. WMSS. Goose. Bye.
B.
Look, I don't know what's going on around here. Or if it's happening anywhere else. We're a bunch of damn fools. We don't face the fact that we're in a hell of a lot of trouble. And we're gonna have to get together to fight it.
I bet those squirrels wanna see me blow. Earlier today I touched myself for a crow. Then it tipped me out with Venmo. The world has changed. Critters pay for loads. I did a show at a Go for Home. Afterwards they tossed me a sack of gold. I don't know why, I don't know how. The world has changed, critters pay for loads now. Slam dunk if I see a skunk. They only spray me if I don't whip out my junk. But they pay promptly when I'm done. I don't trust coyotes, make them pay up front. Did a meteor explode? Did a princess kiss a toad? Did the Messiah finally show? Do the critters know why they pay for loads?
Do the critters know? Do they even?
Critters pay for loads.
Do the critters know? Do they even?
Critters pay for loads.
Do the critters know? Do they even?
Critters pay for loads.
Do the critters know? Do they even?
Critters pay for loads.
Do the critters know? Do they even?
Critters pay for loads.
Do the critters know? Do they even?
Critters pay for loads.
Do the critters know? Do they even?
Critters pay for loads.
Do the critters know? Critters pay for
Close the window blind, sunblock, so neighbors won't witness my cock. Bedroom doors shut, locked, so kittens won't sit in and gawk. Run to the hub where I'm from and seeing dub. Gotta consummate this kerchief as I spun to the above. Toss the tissue to the side, that's when I heard the baddest bang. Then hissing out a kitten, stricken sick by madness pangs. There are 2 tabbies purring, manic clawing for the scumbag. 12 tailing, spurring, panic, pawing at my comrade. The roar at my border, frantic breathing as the floor cracks. The hordes in disorder, teeth are seasoned at the door. Gap the roars getting shorter, I'm abhorred by the horror. Seeing 4 foul quarters being forced beneath the door gap. What do they want? Why do they pay? Where they get the currency to compensate my spray? I'm prepared with a knife, got the jitters, about to throw down. Scared for my life, cause my critters pay for loads now.
First of all, we're gonna have to try to find Iris, Stewart, and Michael. To be very honest with you, I don't think we will. Not alive, anyway. But whether we find them or not, we've got to get off this damn island. All of us, now!
You ready to rock, Nicole?
When you are.
How does it go? What's up, mothers and fathers and unchildrened adults? I gotta restart that over. What's up, mothers? What's up, fathers? And what's up, you childless adults at Disney? It's the 5th annual episode of Mostly Speaking Sentai's WMSS with me, McCollum, and...
The Bricks.
Oh, yeah. Wait, we gotta because then I should be saying on Mostly Speaking Sentai, WMSS. So, yeah, okay. It's the Bricks. Oh, no, it's McCollum. It's McCollum. It's McCollum. Oh, yeah.